What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Got some big news. President Donald Trump says that over $1,000 going out to 25 million Americans with new Trump accounts, $6+ billion. I'll let you hear directly from President Donald Trump in this video with the new details here on, you'll get to hear directly here from himself. But on the other hand, they're also threatening to take away money from what they're calling blue states with some other programs here. I'll give you the details of that here in this video and more. So let's jump right in. We are live right now here on the It's Jimmy Show on YouTube. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Don't forget to hit that like button for me here. And if you haven't yet, subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you get notifications when we go live. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here on a daily basis. All right. Okay, first up, the USDA secretary under the Trump administration threatens to cut, quote, funding to blue states over alleged SNAP data non-compliance for the low-income Americans, elderly, children, and veterans on the SNAP food stamp program. U.S. Secretary Brooke Rollins threatened to cut off federal funding to, quote, Democrat-leaning states over what she alleged is their refusal to share SNAP program data with the Trump administration. The Trump administration, quote, will begin to stop moving federal funds into those states starting next week until they comply, Rollins told President Donald Trump during a cabinet meeting. California, New York, and Minnesota are among the top states that haven't provided data on their food stamp program. Rollins said her department needs the state-by-state data on the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program known as SNAP or food stamps to, quote, root out this fraud and protect the American taxpayers. She says 29 red states are complying, but 21 blue states continue to say no and could start getting their funding withheld. The non-compliant states include California, New York, and Minnesota. The government offices for each of those states did not immediately respond. New York Governor Kathy Hochul responded to Rollins in an X post saying, quote, genuine question, why is the Trump administration so hell-bent on people going hungry? Wow. The Republican-backed One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which Trump signed into law in July, does include cuts to the SNAP program as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Here is President Donald Trump next on the new Trump accounts with $1,000 payments for what they're saying is going to be 25 million families here in America with $6 billion just to start for this going out here. Take a look.
Today is Giving Tuesday. I don't know if anybody's heard that one before, but it is indeed Giving Tuesday, one of the biggest days of the year for philanthropy and charitable giving. And this afternoon, Michael and Susan Dell are committing to one of the largest private donations in American history, which will directly benefit the next generation of American children through the new Trump Accounts program that we created in our One Big Beautiful Bill. And Michael and Susan came to see me along with Brad, and they said, this is an idea. And I said, I think, it's just so good and so unique. But that's why he's been so successful, and they've been so successful in life and in business because they're unique. Trump Accounts will be the first, I guess you could say, real trust funds for every American child, allowing family members, employers, corporations, generous donors to contribute money that will be invested and grow over the course of a child's life to be used for their benefit after they turn 18. So in other words, these are children that are an investment's going to be made. That investment's going to continue to grow. We hope, right? We hope, and but it will, and they'll feel like Michael Dell someday. But at 18, they'll have a lot of money, a lot more money than they would have had, and potentially a lot of money. But these accounts will track the overall stock market and will be 100% private property controlled by the child's guardians. In honor of America's 250th anniversary, the Dells are announcing today that they are giving 25 million American children $250 each to save and to invest in their personal Trump account. Now that's the equivalent of $6.25 billion. In other words, to put it succinctly, Michael and Susan are giving $6.25 billion in total, and as a total contribution. That's big stuff. I don't care who you are. That's big. Come here, give me a hand. And let me have a little of that luck rub off. That's fantastic, Susan. These gifts will be available to the first 25 million children aged 10 and under the zip codes where their median income is $150,000 or less. So they're giving them to children that won't be born particularly rich, and they're going to be hopefully very rich someday. This will give millions of dollars, millions of children, middle-class families a stake in American prosperity, a benefit from the rising stock market, and a better shot at the American dream. It really gives them a shot at the American dream. Michael and Susan, I want to thank you for this extraordinary act of kindness and patriotism and charity. This is truly one of the most generous acts in the history of our country. I mean, you don't hear about things like that, and we got to let people know he doesn't want and she doesn't care about that, but I do.
So, as you can see here, $6 billion from Michael and Susan Dell from Dell Computers, you probably heard of, investing in Trump accounts to provide 25 million kids with money to use later on in life for things like college or something important later on. The move is intended to expand access to seed money for children too old to qualify for the initial deposit of $1,000 from the federal government. The commitment will expand access to seed money for children too old to qualify for the $1,000 grants that are set to come from the Department of Treasury. So this looks like this will be in addition to the $1,000 grants coming from the Treasury Department for the Trump accounts. For kids that maybe didn't qualify or maybe because of their age. How Trump accounts work underneath the big, beautiful bill, which Congress passed in July. Anyone can open a Trump account on behalf of a child 18 or younger. Babies born in 2025 through 2028 will receive a one-time $1,000 deposit in their account. There are no income requirements, and everyone is eligible for the government's seed money as long as the child is a U.S. citizen. The grants stand to benefit millions of Americans. For perspective, there were 3.6 million births in 2024 alone. Now, so in addition to this, it looks like the Dell grants will go to children that are all the way under age 10 or under could receive a $250 grant in the Trump account, which will then be invested and will grow till they're, I believe, 18 in a stock account, it looks like. Trump accounts are not yet available, but starting on July 4th, 2026, parents and others will be able to contribute up to $5,000 a year in after-tax dollars in addition to this money until the year before they turn 18. Quote, we're auto-creating these accounts for every child at birth. We're going to be very focused on making sure that every family entitled to get one of these accounts is able to claim it and get it. So very interesting, yet another way here that, we see this administration trying to give money back from the people. I actually have some new information coming out here tomorrow on the $2,000 stimulus checks. We also see them trying to get rid of property taxes and federal taxes through different means. A lot of talk coming in through tariff revenue to use that to reduce taxes or completely get rid of taxes. So I will keep you up to date here on that as well. We're also seeing in states like Florida, they're actually going to put on the ballot where the citizens, residents of the state will actually go to vote to get rid of completely property taxes for your house, which would also probably lower rents or at least stop the rising of rents going forward, because you would get rid of that. Now, there is a big question here on how things like schools and, police and fire and roads and different things are going to get funded when that property tax money goes away. So there is a big question on that. And, it might not be an issue in the first year or two because Florida says they have a big surplus of money right now. But you got to maybe wonder 5 or 10 years down the line, will they have enough money to still fund schools and fund, the fire department, the police department, and all these other things? And we're seeing other states starting to take notice on this and want to do this as well. So I will keep you up to date here on all of that. Listen up, because this is important. There is some major changes going on in Medicare. You can see here, United Health is dropping 1 million seniors from Medicare Advantage. And this is not the only change. There are many changes that have happened going from 2025 into 2026 for Medicare and Medicare Advantage and even Medicare Part D. And you need to know about this because this could make significant changes to your plans, and you might not be on the right plan either, and this could cost you money. And there's significant plans that actually have kind of a rebates that can give you money back. And with our partner, Chapter Medicare, the average senior that has used Chapter Medicare has saved around $1,100. And using their services is completely free. I put a phone number here on the screen and a pinned comment down below so you can contact Chapter Medicare right now, because it's open enrollment only for a few more days. So Chapter Medicare can help you or your loved ones find the best plan that is best for you and possibly save you a lot of money in the process. So call that phone number or click the pinned comment link down below right now. Click here to see Trump releasing over $3 billion in new stimulus money, or click here to see a major announcement by Trump and the Fed. Thanks for